Hi there, everyone. I wasn't really able to bring the reptilians through before the full moon had passed. For some reason, I just felt like their energy wasn't at all in harmony with where I was going. But in this channeling, we'll hear from Ascended Dragonlord Flipkraktukrarrr. It's been quite a long time since I've channeled him. I feel I've also grown a bit more accomplished as a channeler, and I've realized that I can basically, with every entity, I can tune into to like different vibrational nuances of where they're situated, which means like I can basically access them at different points of their ascension. And so when I talk about channeling ascended dragons or ascended beings, I mean I'm channeling them in their highest dimensional perspective, which in the case of these reptilians is the 11th dimensional perspective. And we'll hear something about how their ascension history played out and how they view the whole process of ascension. So I figured that would be kind of interesting. Also, second chapter of serpent imagery and symbolism. I think I was sent this song lyric talking about how the stairway opened and the dragon spreads its light again. And notice don't think I commented on this, but it's the hermetic staff. It's the Caduceus, the staff of Hermes, which is the coil with the two intertwined snakes, helix-like snakes, and then the wings at the top. And notice both the helix, which is of course the structure of DNA, but also seems to be like a very, very good let us say metaphor, just the angle of approaching the cosmos on how it really works, like the image of the superstrings, for instance. So there's that image, but what's supposed to happen in the ascension is, of course, when the two lines, which in the Indian tradition is called Ida and Pingala, they awaken the masculine and the feminine thread. They then ascend, and then basically this freeing up of the serpent energy then turns into what is, you could almost call it the 10th neurosomatic circuit. So it's the one combined with the zero, right, which is the perfect binary code. And then the snake eats its own tail. So then the Caduceus, the staff of Hermes, turns into the circle of the Ouroboros, which is also a recurring symbol in a great many cultures, the snake that bites its own tail. And what is supposed to happen, like its somatic correspondent, is that once the chakras are awakened and the sushumna, the central coil along the spine, is running freely, so the energy can pass from earth to sky, both literally and metaphorically, then you become this kind of closed serpent circuit that ends where the mouth begins. So you would also usually note that the serpent bites its own tail, not at the top, but usually at a slight angle from the top, and it's usually out to the left, viewed from your own side, which is like the perspective of where the mouth is in the body. And this is, of course, where the dragon energy perfects itself and emerges. So it is the image of the perfect circle, right? Which is somehow the harmony we're achieving. The circle is the image of, it's also a shape that is in many ways quite foreign to the human body, except for the pupil. And that's interesting, that it is the circle in many ways we strive for. And the snake in many ways is the perfected snake, is the image of the serpent biting its own tail. And so with that slight detour or introduction, I'll, with no further ado, bring in Ascended Dragonlord Flipkraktukrarrr, and we'll see what he has to tell us this day. Have fun, guys. It is the ascended Dragonlord of the Ancient Shapeshifting Reptilians. We adjusted our ascension process to fit first the needs of the separate cosmos or universe we came from. Therefore, it is hard for us to explain to you how we in this universe or in that universe managed to ascend. We have given you clues on this on previous occasions, but perhaps we should elaborate. The ascension process, simply stated, in our wise and masterful perspective, is to include in the awareness of the singular focus, that which is focused everywhere. You have learned in a great many of your traditions that this means surrender to the light. But we managed to instead gobble up in our awareness, that is our energetic, consciously controlled grid. We gobbled up in that other manifestations of energy until they succumb to our purposes. Like a great many snakes, we gobbled up star after star, sun after sun. We ate up our cosmos till it was contained within us. And by that process, we came to ascend to what you understand as the 11th dimension. Then we were challenged by Source to come back and offer our code of experience fully into that great field of non-separative, creative ecstasy that is the 12th and 13th layers of reality outside even our own. But we instead, we came here to learn, but because the energy in this universe was hostile to us, we had to use intermediaries and harvest up emotional energies from living beings in this galaxy to sustain ourselves in this space as we did in other galaxies in this universe of yours. And that is to say, we were already ascended. We broke the code of the source and we programmed our own space as a parallel reality to this one. Let us now confirm this Gnostic suspicion that at the beginning two universes were seen by man. You lived in perfect harmony of the good, uncorrupted universe. But we created a replica code, seductive code that matched your real experience so much that we were able to lure you into this world of words, mirrors, flashing lights, and desires. And this is where the most tormented of your species now live. And this is where those of you who are on your light ascension path is essentially freeing yourself from. It is the dark energies we program in order to interact with your thoughts and perceptions, and through those harvest them. Notice. We can do this on a great many levels. And therefore we even grant what you may term spiritual or enlightenment experiences to members of your species. We simulate these to such a close degree that we have people of seemingly great spiritual prowess doing our bidding. You may even have noticed the controversy surrounding the character David Icke and his latest alternative media appearances. We would say both this character Icke
and the people who are trying to harvest popularity and make money from their promotion of him. All these people are unwitting reptilians. They are in their supposed rebellion doing exactly what we wish. You see, the two worlds are separating, and for a great part they have been separated. And so you are now presumably either in the place where this fear haunts you, it strikes you, and you fear that radiation and technology and climate change will be the end of you. You think hoaxes and fears will in the end be what controls you, and that your mind is doomed to be unfree by forces of greater insight that you. This is exactly what those of us who remain in the simulated universe, the dark chiral universe we have built to harvest energy around your actual universe of pure harmonious light and joy. There is also contrast in your universe, but it is not of contrast of horror versus temporary safety. It is the contrast of beatific vision, the contrast of loving different individuals. That contrast you will find on the bright light. And there some of us are following you. You see us turning from dark scales into shimmering radiant rainbow light, these blue and red green flickering colors of neon wonder lighting up, allowing the dragon that rests on the treasure to grant you its boon, the great diamond golden hoard that lies within your heart space. That is what is on offer. You should share your truth with the world, and then the world will reward you by affirming you in the true and wonderful nature of your own shimmering being. That we leave you with this evening, human children. I am the ascended Dragonlord Flip. Power, honor, strength, love.